They say that in distant times, when a man's word was worth more than gold, there lived a simple farmer, his hands hardened by the soil, his soul gentle and kind. That day, before the sun rose over the mountains, the farmer set out for his fields. In his hand, he carried a sturdy wooden staff, and over his shoulder he bore a burlap sack where he threshed his grain. The morning dew still rested on the grass, and the cool air filled his lungs as he walked with steady steps along the paths that led to his crops. Everything seemed calm, until suddenly, a tearing roar thundered through the trees. From the thick brush burst a leopard, overflowing with panic. Its eyes, wide and blazing like red-hot coals, darted in every direction, searching for an impossible escape. Its chest heaved violently with every breath, and each exhale sounded like a rough groan, part exhaustion, part terror. Its golden coat, covered in black spots like dark flames, glimmered beneath the faint light of dawn, as if it wore a sacred mantle marked by pursuit. Its paws, stained with damp earth, struck the ground with every bound, scattering small stones and leaves in its wake. Behind it, the echoes of hunters shattered the forest's silence, war cries, distant barking dogs, and the whistle of stray arrows still slicing the air. It wasn't running like a king confident in its strength. It was running like a cornered beast, fully aware that death was breathing down its neck. When the farmer saw it, his heart slammed against his chest. Never in his life had he been so close to a leopard, especially not one driven mad by the chase. His legs trembled, but he did not move. The leopard stopped suddenly right in front of him. Its claws sank into the wet ground, kicking up dust. Its gaze, fierce yet pleading, locked onto the humble man with a sack on his shoulder. And then, in a turn that seemed impossible, the leopard spoke. Its voice was deep and heavy, like thunder held back. "Oh man, save me. The hunters are behind me. If they catch me, I will not see another sunrise. Have mercy. Hide me, and I swear you will not regret it." The words spilled from its throat with a strange tremor, half desperate plea, half raw fear. Never before had a wild beast spoken with such urgency, and in that grave voice, the farmer could feel the weight of death close behind it. Its terrified eyes pierced the farmer's like knives, begging without pause. The mighty leopard, king of the jungle, now stood humbled, reduced to a fugitive pleading for its life. The air itself seemed to freeze. Even the leaves refused to move, as if the whole forest was holding its breath, waiting for the man's answer. The farmer took a step back in disbelief. His heart hammered as he stared at the beast. The leopard lowered its head, and with a breath that seemed torn from its very core, it added, "I see nobility in your eyes. Man of the earth, you are not like the others of your kind. Humans, they hunt me without mercy. They are cruel and terrifying. They kill not out of hunger, but out of pleasure. My roar frightens them, but their weapons condemn me. In their hands there is no justice, only thirst for blood. Have mercy on me." The farmer swallowed hard, torn between the instinct to run and the duty to answer such a plea. He tightened his grip on the staff and asked, his voice shaking but firm, "If I decide to save you, do you promise you won't harm me? Can I trust your word?" The leopard stared at him solemnly, as if its very dignity were at stake. The fear in its eyes softened into something deeper, almost human. "I swear it by my life, and by the earth that holds us both. I seek no flesh, no blood. I seek only a breath, a hiding place, a chance to keep seeing the sun. If you save me today, I will not be your enemy, but your eternal debtor. I swear you will not regret it." The farmer swallowed again. One part of him screamed to flee, that he should never trust a wild beast. But another voice, stronger than fear, was compassion. Those eyes, though fierce, carried the same terror any creature feels on the edge of death. Moved by that desperate pleading, the farmer breathed deeply, fully aware of the danger he was taking by helping a predator. Yet something inside him insisted he could not turn his back on a life begging for mercy. "All right," he murmured, his voice steady, though his heart pounded. "I trust your word." With trembling hands, he opened the burlap sack he carried, used for threshing grain. The leopard wasted no time. With surprising agility, it slipped inside, curling as tightly as possible to hide its spotted body. The farmer quickly cinched the sack shut, tightening the rope as the sound of hooves and voices grew closer. The air filled with the scent of sweat and leather, the clink of spears, and the creak of drawn bows. The tension was unbearable. The farmer felt the weight of countless suspicious eyes, and the silence of the field itself seemed to scream. Even the wind stopped, as if afraid of what came next. He knew a single wrong word could seal not only his fate, but the fate of the beast now panting beneath the sack. His heart beat like a war drum, and in that moment, he understood he was facing a trial greater than life itself. The footsteps approached, first like a murmur in the soil, then like thunder shaking every root beneath the ground. The farmer clenched his fists, fighting the tremor in his hands. And from the brush emerged the hunters. They wore cured hides and carried weapons in every form. Their eyes shone with the cold glint of men accustomed to blood. The farmer felt their stares slice into him, searching for truth. The air tightened. He swallowed, knowing the secret burned on his shoulder, a secret that could cost him his life. One hunter stepped forward, spear in hand, his voice deep as thunder. "Farmer, have you seen a leopard pass through here?" The man felt his blood run cold. He could hear his heartbeat pounding in his ears. The sack on his back felt heavier than ever, as if the entire forest knew what he was hiding. But he inhaled slowly, lowered his eyes, and answered calmly, "No, sirs. No one has passed this way." The hunters watched him with suspicion. Their eyes scanned the sack, the staff, the sweat on his brow. For a moment, the farmer was sure they would discover everything. But at last, with a frustrated grunt, they moved on, disappearing into the brush. Silence returned, but nothing felt the same. The farmer dropped the sack to the ground. He wiped the sweat from his forehead, feeling the tension slowly release. He was about to thank heaven, when suddenly the sack thrashed violently. With a brutal burst, the leopard erupted out, its body shining with savage strength. It bared its curved fangs like daggers, and a guttural roar shook the air. The farmer stumbled back, raising his staff instinctively. The leopard, its voice dripping with threat, said, "Now you will be my prey. I will devour you. You carried me. You saved me from death, and now you will be my food." The farmer retreated in terror, lifting his staff, and cried out, "Oh, dishonorable creature, you have broken your word. Is this the reward you give the one who saved your life? I hid you from the hunters, and now you want to devour me. Is this how you repay kindness?" "And what is strange about that?" the leopard replied with contempt. "Favors are quickly forgotten, and almost no one is grateful. That is how this world has always been." The farmer, his voice steady, answered, "No, that is not true. Good does not die as quickly as you claim. Let us ask others, and you will see they will prove me right." The leopard, confident, grinned and showed its fangs. "As you wish. We will ask the first one we find. If they answer as I say, you die. If they answer as you claim, you live. And so, man and beast walked together down the path beneath the rising sun, which now shone over the countryside. After traveling some distance, they came upon an old donkey dragging weary hooves through the dust. Its ribs stood out beneath its skin, and in its eyes lived a deep sadness. The farmer stepped forward and asked, "Oh, noble donkey, give us your judgment. Is a favor forgotten, or is it kept forever in the memory of the heart?" The donkey slowly raised its head and answered in a broken voice, "I lived many years with my master, carrying heavy loads day after day, under burning sun and pouring rain. I hauled wheat, firewood, water. I never refused, even when my body failed. But when my strength began to fade, he no longer treated me with a friendly hand. Instead of care, I received blows. He tied me to the millstone, and day after day I walked in circles, seeing nothing but the shadow of my own steps. When my sight dimmed and my legs weakened, I collapsed, exhausted. Then my master, without compassion, dragged me with a rope and threw me into a ravine so the beasts could devour me. Only the mercy of the Most High saved me, and ever since I wander the roads, forgotten, despised, useless to the man I served." The leopard roared, satisfied. "You see, farmer, even the donkey confirms it. Favors are soon forgotten, and no one is grateful." The farmer, though wounded by that story of ingratitude, said calmly, "Let us wait. Let us ask one more before we decide the verdict." The sun was high now, and the heat pressed down on the trail when the farmer and the leopard reached a clearing. There, lying beside a dry bush, was an old dog. Its fur was coated in dust. One leg was broken and wrapped, and its eyes held a dim light, like someone who had survived too many hopeless nights. The farmer approached carefully, lowered his head, and asked, "Oh, good dog, we trust your wisdom. Tell us, does a favor get forgotten, or is it kept in the heart as long as life remains?" The dog lifted its muzzle, breathed with difficulty, and spoke in a tired voice, yet heavy with truth. "I served my master 15 full years. I never knew rest, day or night. When the moon lit the village, I kept watch in silence, hearing even the snap of branches. When a stranger approached, my teeth and my bark were ready to defend my own. Because of me, my master slept in peace. Because of me, he never lost a single sheep. I gave him my youth, my strength, my entire life." The dog lowered its head, and a whimper escaped its throat. "But one day, chasing wolves that circled the corral, I fell into a hole and broke my leg. My master found me howling, and instead of healing me, he threw me out. He said I was no longer useful, that a young dog was better. When I crawled back starving, just to see his face, he beat me with a stick until I could not return. So here I am now, old, crippled, forgotten. Everything I did vanished like ash in the wind." The dog's voice cracked as its watery eyes stared at the damp earth. "I ran after his children, guarded his nights, bit the strangers who threatened his doors, and now look at me, left in this corner, waiting for death to come for me." It paused, coughing, as if even speaking drained the last strength it had. "It meant nothing to give my life to those who never truly saw my devotion. I was a shield. I was company. I was everything a dog can be. And still they threw me away like an old rag. Do you know what is worst, farmer? Even my own shadow feels heavy. When I was strong, everyone wanted me. But when my legs could no longer run, when my teeth could no longer bite, I became invisible. This is the bitter truth. Loyalty without remembrance is worth nothing, and men quickly forget what once gave them safety." The silence hung thick, as if the land itself mourned those words. The leopard let out a harsh laugh. "Did you hear that, farmer? 2 witnesses have spoken, and both say the same. Favors are forgotten. No one is grateful. Man remembers you only while you are useful, then throws you into oblivion." The farmer lowered his gaze. The dog's words cut like invisible blades, but he refused to surrender. "Do not rush your victory, leopard. Give me one last chance to ask again. Perhaps we will find another voice, another truth." The leopard sneered. "One last question, but after that, no excuses." They continued walking, one carrying a heart heavy with doubt, the other walking with the arrogance of a beast convinced it had already won. Not long after, beneath the shade of a great tree, they found a fox with an alert, clever gaze. Its thick tail swayed slowly, and its eyes glowed like small embers. The farmer spoke first. "O wise fox, you who know the tricks of the forest, give us your judgment. This leopard claims favors are always forgotten. I claim that is not so. You are known for your wit. Tell us who is right." The fox tilted its head and stared in silence. Then, narrowing its eyes, it asked with curiosity, "What favor are you speaking of?" The farmer pointed to the leopard. "This animal was fleeing from hunters. It begged me to hide it so the hunters would not take its life. And I opened my sack and hid it inside, carrying it on my shoulders. I saved it from certain death." The fox raised its brows and let out a skeptical chuckle. "A leopard inside that sack? Don't make me laugh, farmer. Even if that sack were made of iron, such a beast could never fit inside." The leopard, offended, stepped forward. "It is true. I hid inside that sack myself, and thanks to this man, I escaped death." The fox shook its head and pretended to doubt. "I will not believe a word unless I see it with my own eyes. If you speak truth, climb back into the sack and show me." The moment the farmer heard those words, he understood the fox's cunning. Hope returned to his chest. The leopard, proud and unaware of the trap, snorted. "Fine, watch closely." With an agile leap, it put its head inside the sack. Then, with effort, it folded its spotted body until it was fully inside. The fox smiled with mischief and told the farmer, "Now tie it tight. Leave no opening for escape." The farmer did not hesitate. He wrapped the sack with a thick rope and knotted it again and again. The leopard roared and thrashed inside, but it was useless. It had fallen for its own vanity. Then the fox looked at the farmer and said, "Now, good man, show him how you thresh with that staff." The farmer, filled with the rage he had contained after the leopard's betrayal, raised his staff and struck the sack again and again until the roars faded and the leopard fell unconscious. Silence returned to the path. When the leopard lay unconscious inside the sack, the farmer, breathing hard, turned to the fox and said, his voice heavy with exhaustion and bitterness, "And you, fox, do you also want to learn what it means to betray kindness?" And with one single blow of his staff, he knocked the fox unconscious on the ground as well, lifeless with no strength left. For a moment, silence wrapped around everything. The farmer stood still, breathing fast, his eyes unfocused. His hands trembled. Then he murmured in a broken voice, as if speaking both to himself and to heaven, "The leopard was right. Favors are forgotten. No one is grateful. Good becomes ash in the memory of men. How can kindness be remembered in a world so full of betrayal?" He began the walk home. The sun sank behind the mountains, and shadows stretched like painful memories. As his feet brushed the dusty road, his mind battled between bitterness and hope. When he reached a rocky ledge, he sat down on a stone. His voice cracked as he asked himself, "Is it better then? to close the heart? Should we stop doing good so we do not suffer again? The farmer closed his eyes, remembered his Creator, and with a deep breath let the bitterness dissolve inside him. "No," he said firmly, "it is not so. Evil must not extinguish good. If the world fills with deceit, then goodness is more necessary than ever, even if some forget, even if others repay with betrayal. God never forgets the kindness of a sincere heart." He rose again, leaning on his staff, not as a defeated man, but as one renewed. And as he walked toward home, he repeated softly, almost like a prayer, "Good must always continue." Night had fallen, and the farmer was gone. Only the leopard remained in the sack, and the fox sprawled on the ground. The first to open its eyes was the fox. It rubbed its aching head and murmured in a dull voice, "Ah, my cunning did me no good." Then it heard the muffled voice of the leopard from inside the sack. "Get me out of here, brother. I can't breathe. Help me." The fox crept closer and slowly untied the knots. The sack opened, and the leopard stumbled out, bruised, head lowered. For the first time, it did not roar or bare its teeth. It stayed silent, as if carrying a heavy weight in its chest. A few seconds passed before it spoke. "I have been a fool. The farmer saved my life, and I tried to take his. What did my pride earn me? I believed strength was greater than gratitude, and I ended up humiliated." The fox lowered its gaze and answered in a broken voice, "And I was no better. Instead of warning him, I used the moment for myself and exposed you to punishment. I tried to be clever, and I learned that betrayal never brings reward." The two animals fell silent, staring at the star-filled sky. The wind blew softly, as if the farmer's words still hung in the air. Then the leopard whispered, "Good must never be repaid with evil. The good we do is never truly forgotten." The fox nodded, and together they walked away, each carrying the weight of its lesson. And so, in that silent field, an eternal truth was carved. Whoever does good does not lose. Whoever repays evil loses themselves. And the good that is done, even if repaid with wrong, remains forever kept in memory. If you've made it to the end of this video, subscribe for more stories. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey.